Hey there, this is Bernaid Flurnoy back for session 3. You know what? I'm going to have to notify the people that we are actually live. I am in here painting cute things, got so many great ideas. Now, this is what I'm working on today, finishing up our little pink race car. Okay, it's easy, it's a simple design, and yeah, I think if you let me know that you're interested in it, I may just send it to you. Okay, but you have to join my email list, and it's in the description somewhere. You know what? I don't know if it's just on YouTube or what. But anyway, get into my direct messages. Hello, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. This is Bernaid Flurnoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, and paint party instructor on the weekends. I am live. I didn't go live last week, but I am live today. And I'm looking at my network is struggling, but we're going to make it through. We're going to go ahead and make do. Now, if you are painting along with me, great. Gather your supplies and yeah, let's hit it. I've got my paint cam ready. So now my microphone is in. And why is my internet connection so horrible? I wonder if I need to hardwire on that too. So of course, we have to edit these things out. But when you join me live, we get what we're going to get. And I'm looking at the internet. Okay. If it comes up maybe 2 more times, I may have to stop and plug in because then it does affect the quality of the broadcast. Now, I am using 2 different pinks, Apple Barrel. You can get this at Walmart. And I use Craft Smart as well. Okay. This is, what is this called? This is Bright Pink. This is the one at Michael's. This is Michael's brand. And this is Bright Magenta, Apple Barrel. And Diva Pink, Apple Barrel. Now, usually I get the matte. I may have mentioned that before. These are really inexpensive paints, but so much fun to work with. Okay, I fell in love with them years back, and now I'm hooked on them. I still have all my artist acrylic, but when we're doing paint parties, you want a nice, even, thin layer of color, and that's what that gets you. Now, you may have to apply 2 coats, but that's even with some of the expensive paints. Some colors are just more transparent than others. Some are highly pigmented, like the black and the white. They're very opaque, and they cover really well. But sometimes, depends on what you're doing, you might want a second coat. So that's the tip of the day. Now we need a little water. We've got that right here. Let's see. I think I'm going to pop in my paint cam in just a moment. Let me leave this visible right here while I make sure that let me refresh. Yep. That my, that my Facebook is showing that I am live. Okay, so share now to my story. All right. Share it to my page. My, what is that? My personal home feed page. And I'm sharing now to my Paint Pops page. No, I don't want to switch. I'm not going to do that. Not right now. So I guess I won't share it to the Paint Pops page. I'm going to share it to my group. All right. And I think we are okay. I just want to make sure I am sharing it to the right to the right place because they give you so many options. And I don't want to uh, ever pop into anybody else's group and share that by mistake. So it's like, oh, let me make sure I'm reading. Reading is fundamental. All right. So we are shared out, y'all. Let's get this water, get this paint going, and we're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to switch out my cameras. And I hope that you're painting along with me. I hope so. All right. And I think we're good. Yes, we are. So here is my paint cam, and I'm going to get my little lights here. Hopefully this will make it a little bit better. It's about to burn that white out. So yeah, I've got my trusty little paint plate. You know, I reuse and reuse and reuse. And that's how the acrylic paint dries, like plastic. Okay, so we've got our water. I've got my little spritzer if I need it. But for what we're doing today, we're just going to do a little wash in the background. And yeah, we're going to finish this up today. Now, if you're on any of those platforms, LinkedIn, I'm not sure if I see any of the comments, but if you are on, let me get a board to go up underneath here. Okay, that way we've got some support here. And I think this is a better view for you guys, finally. It took a little while to get here, but we're here. So my camera is moving now. So right now I've got my light right here, and I've got one right there. And of course the ring lights are here, but there's still like a little gray area here. Let's see if this, lifting this up. Oh, is that a bad view for you guys? Oh, can't do that one because then I'll be blinded. Well, anyway, make sure that you wet your brushes. Now, I always have my napkins and everything handy right here. Now, I've got a whole array of brushes, but I usually paint with the ones that are included in an art kit. Okay, so here we go. We've been in here. I'm going to finish tinting my windows. I'm reaching for my paint, y'all. Here it is here. And guess what? I left that open. Our black is dry. Our magenta is dry. Let's fill those up right fast. And I think what I'm going to do, okay, we're just going to go ahead and pop that on up in there. Oh, there's a paint booger. Anytime you come across a paint booger, just dig it out. You'll be okay. All right. So, I'm looking for my black. Here it is here. And if you notice, every time I try to shake it up, because what happens is some of the pigments, they separate like Italian dressing. You know, you just have to make sure everything is united again. Okay. All right. So I'm just refilling what we have. Glad there is no paint booger there. And I think I'm going to leave this right here, y'all. That way it is close. Okay. So now I am going to, I think I'm going to use a smaller brush. I tell you to get the right size brush for the job. This is not a large area. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wet this down just a little bit. You know, that just helps make the paint glide along. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're beginning. Now you may want to just use straight black. Sometimes on paper, I kind of like that watercolor effect. Okay. So let me make sure we are good back here. I'm going to add just another little touch. Right back there. I'm just going to fade that out a little bit. I almost need a little tiny cup of water right there. And you know, I'm looking, I like to improvise. Okay, so all I did was just make it jet black on that corner. I'm just going to fade this out. Now, if this were watercolor, I would probably be lifting up some of this opaque black. That's just the nature of it. Even though it's soaking in there. Did I have coffee today? I did. My hands are doing a little shaky shake. But that's okay. We're just going to try to be really careful. All right. So now that black really does make a huge, huge difference. I'm just going right along here. To touch up any parts that I thought I may have even missed. Let me come along here too. Now I have just a little bit too much paint on my brush. So I'm starting that part in a larger area that's not so close to an edge so that I don't go outside of my lines. That's another little tip for you. It's there and I'm going to use it. But I just have to spread it out a little bit. Okay, so there we go. It's coming along pretty good. So let's see, I've got a couple more little areas I wanted to go in here. I'm going to have to make sure that as I go in dipping, that I don't get too much. Okay, that's better. Because I want to treat the paint kind of like a colored pencil at this point. I just want the paint to be right, let me see, right on the very tip, because then I'm staying in control and it's not controlling me. So let me get just a little bit more. You see, I know I've got quite a bit. One here, so it's better to keep dipping than to dip in and get too much like I just did. But I am so glad that this is acrylic paint. It dries. They say water resistant, right? They don't say waterproof, but they say it dries water resistant. So here we go. Let me get just a little bit more on this tire. And I'm doing this black part before we get to some of the little washy stuff that I'm going to do. And I may have to pull that hair dryer out. All right, so we're adding just a little bit of detail there, okay? Not a lot. Now I'm going to come in here with a nice little surprise right over here. But in the meantime, I'm going to clean my brush out and add the last little bit of pinks that I need. So, as you know, I don't like to make my water dirty, and I don't give out a lot of water at events because of spills. Now, I'm an art teacher, so I've seen a lot. So I know not to put out a lot of water because the spillage factor with my little mini-me painters, but even with grown folks too, it is what it is. Let's see. I'm going to squeeze out just a little bit of this lighter pink. Squeeze out just a little bit on my plate. Well, that's what I'm saying, okay? I'm not going to get a lot because I don't think I need a whole lot, but a little bit will do because I just have a few little tiny areas to work on. So Once again, I'm going to show you. Now my brush is wet, but I'm going to dab out the water. So I'm just going to swipe up just a little bit on the tip. Think of it like a colored pencil, okay? So you may have to dip in multiple times, but you want to stay in control, all right? So now let's see. I am going to take this light, and I'm just going to kind of go back over here a little bit. You know what? I need to get some white, y'all. Do I have a pale pink? I think I do. Let me take a quick peek. Because there's so many colors that are available out there. I'm going to do a little bit of this pink parfait. Okay. So it's a little bit lighter still, so I don't have to go. And it's not open. And it's not open, y'all. Do I want to open it? Okay. I'll just go old school and mix up a little bit of white. You know, that's not difficult. And remember, just a little bit. You want to test it out. It's a lot of, I'm going to say like visual taste testing, you know. I need to write that down now. Hadn't thought about that before, but I like to compare different things. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to swoop up a little bit of that, and I'm just going to go in here and make this part a little bit lighter over here just to differentiate. I think I'm going to go in here with a little bit of water too, just to add a little bit of brightness over here. Something tells me I probably need to get a slightly larger brush, but we're going for it. Okay. And I don't know if I'm going to do any of the gleam factor. Okay, so we're just going to pop that out just a little bit. Now, where's the wet white? Here we go. That's going on up in here. Okay. So we're mixing. Oh, child, I'm not holding it so you can see. So we're mixing it, and we're going right on up in here to finish up our colors. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Try to make sure my hands are like cooperating. Okay. Just going to add a little bit more pink over here. And remember, once you touch that paint down, it no longer stays right there. You know, it does its own thing. I'm going to go right on. Ooh. I may have to hit that with a little bit more black. Okay, so we're going back here. I thought I did the car in a lighter color, but I guess I did the darker magenta. Ooh, my hands are shaking. But it's not nerves or anything. Let me dip in. When your paint drags just a little bit, and you know I'm working on this paper, so it wants to absorb right away. You just get just a little bit of water. So I'm going to go right here on the top with a little bit of this light coloring right here. And I may not have gone far enough, but we will take a peek at it, and then we will adjust as needed. I guess I am not getting, let me put this pink over here. Paint smart, you guys. Now, I work with my right hand, so I want to make sure I have my paint, my water, my brushes, everything right over here on this right side. But I kept reaching across, and I'm not sharing, you know, so that doesn't make any sense. Let's make it make sense, y'all. So now I went in here and got this light color, and I forgot where I was going to put it. And I am kind of looking at my reference a little bit. Now, because this is a mechanical object, sometimes you want those lines to be, let me spritz. You want those lines to be crisp. Oh, and then got too much. So sometimes you may have to tape it off. Now, this is where my paper kind of buckled up a little bit. Okay, so just that little bit kind of helps pop that out. We're going to hit a couple more little spots too. But we don't want to be totally radical, but it should be a little bit lighter to save the radical parts for when it's time. So let me go over here. This is a very, very light pink edging right there. Okay. Now, my hands are doing what they're doing. Okay, this is going to be a nice little pop up here. So we're just going to keep it general, y'all. Because like I say, my hands want to shake, rattle, and roll. And we're going to move along quickly. So some of this stuff is really, as you see, going to pop up out of here. Just adding a little bit of, now it's starting to come alive. So let me get rid of this spot right here. And I should have that darker magenta. Oh, here it is right here. Ain't no should about it. Here it is right here, y'all. Let me get this right here. And then that's going to probably be it for that blaring white on the car until we get what we want to pop, you know, the white accent parts. Okay, so that's coming along. Let me see. Looking at my reference here. Let me go ahead. And then we're going to bring in that really cool color that I like. All right, we could spend a lot more time, you know, finessing and working on the details and everything. Yeah, I think I want to make this part a little bit lighter. Let me get the larger brush, wet it, dab it, and go in here with this pink. And I think what I'm going to catch, this is a larger part right here. Okay, so we're just trying to, oh, we don't have a lot of white. Okay, we'll get a little bit more pink. I got too much water. Now, if I feel like it's going to get too far out of control, I've got my paper towels right here too. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of paint in here. We don't want all that paint, but we need a little bit. Just pop this here. We may have to go back over a little bit. Let me see which line am I going to accentuate down here. I'm going to accentuate this one here. That'll pop it a little bit. And this one right down here. Y'all, I got too much. Too much paint in here. But that's okay. We're going to keep it moving. Trying to see which way I'm going to go. I'm going to pop this part here. Right. And we're going to do a little bit more on the hood. Not the hood, the roof. All right. I think that's coming along better. All right. Let me clean this out. Let me fade that out really nicely. We get just a smidge of water over here. Okay. So we're fading that. All right. we could keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think we're going to leave it alone up there. So let me come on up over here. Now, I should do a little piece of tape down here, and I think I will. Let's see, how far over do I want it to go? I think I'm going to have a little shadow about right here. All right, where's my full roll? Uh-oh, y'all, I was getting ready to topple back off the back of this chair. That would be a totally different kind of broadcast, y'all. Y'all would have to pay for that. Okay, so I am just going to use this part right here, and I've got like another little piece that I'm going to just take this off right here. Okay, and I like to save my tape and reuse it. All right, and I'm going to do one that is right back here by this wheel. And I think that's going to pop it really nicely. Okay, so then, like I said, you can kind of keep adding and adding and adding whatever you want. But I think what we're going to do is go on here. Go ahead and pop this color right here. Let me make sure it is good and watered down. Let me hit this with a little bit of water. Okay, and I think I am just going to come right on back up over here near this edge. Okay, I'm just going to go over here. Just going to fill this in with like a whole wash. And keep it simple, keep it moving. And you can let it come all the way to the edge, or you could stop it beforehand. I think we're just gonna let it come on over to this edge. So we got pink on pink on pink on pink on pink. Now I might need to see what that looks like when it's dry. See if I need to fade it out. Now this brush I need a softer brush. So for this watercolor technique type of situation, it might work better on the canvas. Okay, so I think we're good right here. So it's kind of popping on up out of there. I think I'll go back here, add a little bit of pale pink, and of course, you can add whatever color that you want to add. I'm going back up over here and just pulling this on up out of here, y'all. Like it's giving me a few action lines. Oh, let me stop this camera foolishness. Just dragging in a little bit of paint and pulling it back out, dipping it in just on the very tip, coming back up over here, touching it and dragging it out. I'm going to get me a little bit of water. Okay. Right here near that edge. And I already see the fibers of the paper coming up, so I got to be kind of careful. All right, so there we go on that. And now let's pop it with a little something right there. Okay. Let's see. Let me look and see. I've got two nice violets. I've got one that's a little warmer. This is called Velvet Crush by Apple Barrel. And I've got one that's a little bit cooler. This is called Royal Violet. Either one is fine. I think I'm going to go with the warmer one, the lighter one. And if I need to, I might add a little bit of the other. So I'm just going to squeeze this right here just for time's sake. And I may regret it. Whoop, there we go. That's that regret part right there. So let me make sure the edge of my tape is secure. And I'm just taking my nail, or you could take maybe part of your brush to just secure it. Now I squeezed out a little bit too much paint right there, but it's gonna be so nice, y'all. It's gonna be so nice. I'm gonna lift some of this up. I'm gonna put it down here because it really was too much. And we only live, right? So I want you to see me make these old crazy mistakes. So you see, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes it can feel like it. Okay, so I'm going right here so that this is the shadow. Okay, let me see. This is that shadow right here next to the car that the car is actually casting. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to loop that out just a little bit. Okay, let me get that little corner right here. All right, so now when we pull this tape up, we'll have a nice clean edge, hopefully. All right, let me take my paint down. Put that over there. I want to hit it with the hair dryer quickly. All right. Okay, now I'm looking to see if I want to do a second coat, and I think I will because it's a little streaky. I don't know if you can see it. You don't have to, but I think I will since I've got plenty of this in my brush. Okay, and that just kind of coats it a little bit better. Okay, we don't have to do a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and clean that out just a little bit. I'm going to hit this with a little bit more black. Ooh. Once again, you do not want this paint to dry in your brush. I'm going to go right here, hit just a little bit more right on the tip. And let's fix this tire down here. Whoopsie! Now see, I have done what I'm telling you not to do. Okay, I should have gone inside of a slightly larger area. Hopefully it's not too bad. Let me get just a little bit more. Ooh, let me rub some of that off because that's a lot. So we're treating it like a coloring book page. Now see, I don't have enough. But I'd much rather you dip, stay in control, dip, and keep going back. Okay. So we're going to peel this tape up here in just a moment. I need just a smidge of water on the tip of that black. Okay, just to make sure this is good and black. Since we are adding our little tiny details, Try to clean up a few little points. Okay, let me get in here. All right, so we are cleaning this up a little bit. And let's take the tape off. Let's take this tape off. Now, I should have a nice, clean piece of tape. Near this edge over here. I'm going right in this edge with this dark black. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let me put the brush down. Okay. That's coming along there pretty nice. Now, as you know, this is painter's tape. Let me stick that off to the side to be reused again. Okay, so we got a little edge over here. So let me go in and add my last little bit of pink fling, right? So it's coming along nicely. This is still kind of wet. Okay. I've got just enough. Oh, let me clean my brush out. That might be helpful. Just enough. Let's see here. Let me make sure my pink and my white are playing nice. Get a little bit of water. And go right here on this little edge right here. Let me turn it that way. Okay. Just a little bit. So here we go. Just some fun. I should probably go in here and make this a little bit darker too. Let me do that. Dipped in the black. Dipped in the water just a little bit, just to make it glide a little bit easier. I'm going to get a little bit more straight black and come on up in here in this nice large area. Okay. And once again, if you really want it to be perfectly straight, you might want to tape some of those areas off. But I don't mind it being a little painterly, as they say. Okay, so looking at it upside down, I still see a little bit of light, medium, and dark. That is basically what you want to make sure it's believable. I need a little bit of water. Okay, so we are going along this edge. I need more paint. Don't want to get too much like I have now, but it's in a nice big area, and I'm just like a push broom or a mop. I'm just kind of dragging that paint along to go where I need it to go. Let me see right over here. Okay, so I think we are good. Okay, so this was more of that detailed type of situational. I'm going to go down here and pick up this black line right here. Now, what I'm doing, only because I like to challenge myself with some of the brushwork, you could do these little lines right here definitely with marker. So you do not have to get in here and do all of these detailed things with the brush, but I wanted to kind of clean that up a little bit. Okay. So now it's a little bit over here, but I ain't mad, y'all. I'm okay with it. All right, so this is my attempt at a fun pink race car. And I'm just going to add just a little bit more pink in this background, and this is a wrap. I think this is all dry, so now I can just go back here, add a little bit of water, just straight water back here. Okay, just a little bit of straight water, and then I've got just a little bit of pink and white left that's still wet. We're going to go right along this edge. Okay, and then we're going to pull that back. That is all. Come back up over there. And yes, my paper has buckled up a little bit. Well, we're going to see it's working for our good. We're going right along here just to get rid of the white. That's all. Because we want the lightness. We're going right over this end because, do I have any more pink? Let me get a little bit of magenta. I think I got a little bit too much, but let's go ahead. All right, y'all. That's it. Okay, so then we're just going to do these little power lines coming back out this way. Okay. All right. Let's do one nice. I'm just going right along that edge right there. Right along that edge. Okay. So I think we're okay. I think I'm going to drag one. I'm going to do a little bit of a drag right here. Back in with a little bit of water. I think we're good, y'all. Now you could maybe throw in maybe a little bit of green or a little bit of blue. Maybe spike it with a little bit of gold or silver, something like that. But I think we're okay, y'all. I think we got rid of most of the white. So, okay, I am happy with that part. Let me dry this part up just a little bit. Okay, I think we are good. We have come to the end. I think we've said all we need to say. Fun, fun, fun. Just something to do. Now, of course, like I said, you could add blue sky trees, but I wanted pink on pink on pink on pink. So, yeah, let me know if you'd like this download. Let me clean out my brushes as I am coming back to you. Yep, very tasty. Very delicious. Let me see if I'm in here close. Yep. This will work. I'm not mad, y'all. So, I have never, ever done one of these. in my life. Let me make sure it's over here. Uh-oh, be still, behave, be good. All right. So let me make sure my brush is cleaned out. Thank you so much for joining. This is Bernaid Flournoy, popping on at a different time today. You know, just trying something different on summer break. Art teacher, art teacher, art teacher. Now I almost want to put a little gold, a little silver, or something like that up in there. But I think, I don't know, I might pop on and see if I need to add a little bit of glitter. Oh, where we going? Excuse me, y'all. Excuse us. See if I need to add glitter. I'll probably pop in the group and see if I need to. Twisting it this way, that way, trying to make sure, because you know we got everything going on up in here. We can go ahead and turn this off. Oh yeah, turn that off. We're gonna call that our paint light. We might need to name them. Okay, I think we're done with this one too. Oh, super bright. Okay, so let me make sure we are good. Let me take it off the background so that you know it's just a regular old piece of paper. So let me put this. Let me see where we're going, y'all. You're still in the shot, huh? Okay. So here we go. Let me move this one over. Move this one close. Let me straighten it out. Get my YouTube shot, y'all. Here we go. I think this is good. I think we're good. Let me see which way am I going, y'all. I'm trying to get it together. Straighten. There we go. Lower. All right. We're just trying to. There we go. We're getting it together, y'all. There we go. That's better. So this is Bernaid Flournoy. Thank you so much for joining me again. Art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, and paint party instructor on the weekends. I love to serve, love to share great painting tips. My group is not open. Well, my paid membership is not open right now, but you can join my free Facebook group. All right. So that's a notification. Oh, my camera. I am so excited. I am so excited. I had such a good time. And even though I didn't use purple in here, there was a little bit of blue. If you caught part 2, you would see that I covered up a little bit of blue. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm going to offer this as an art kit. And that's good any time of year. Even though, you know, the Indy 500 just finished up a couple weeks ago here in Indianapolis. People come from all over the world for that. One day I'll go. But I just feel like this year I just wanted a little bit of Indy 500 right here. Even though this is not an Indy car. Okay, this is like a generic. All right. Race car. Well, I'm signing off. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll be back to paint again. I'm looking for the exit. Okay, let me just press this right here. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Subscribe for more if you like all of these shenanigans over here. Subscribe for more and share. Right? If you know somebody that likes to create, or maybe they haven't created for a while, I like to teach the beginners. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm clicking the right button. Now,